Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is the iBUG Monday Night Buzz for November 11, 2024. This is Buzz Call number 659. Before we get going, this is Veterans Day. We'd like to special salute to all of the veterans out there, any veterans we may have joining us or any veterans who may be in your family. We'd like to say thank you for your service to our country. It is all of our veterans and all of those who serve who allow us the freedom to do the things we do, including this call. So thank you to our veterans and all those who serve. This is an open forum call. The iBUG Buzz is focused on iOS devices and peripherals and apps. We talk about everything in the iOS universe. That means your iPhones, iPads, Apple Watch, Apple TV, apps, peripherals, keyboards, headphones. As long as it's in the iOS world, we'll talk about it here. This is a member-driven call. You guys ask the questions and you guys answer the questions. So we look forward to everyone participating with us. Let's see. Let's look at the iBUG calendar coming up for this week. Let's see. Believe tomorrow night is the second Tuesday of the month. That means it's the iBUG mini buzz at 5:00 p.m. All times are central. That's from 5 to 6 p.m. right here in this same Zoom room. We have not any on Wednesday, I believe, the book club. This would be the second Tuesday. Yeah, it'll be the 14th. That makes it the second Tuesday. It's about as late as a second Tuesday can get. The iBUG Avila Book Club. Sorry, folks, can't remember what the book is. I'm sure once we unmute, somebody will chime in and tell us what it is. That is at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday. Friday will be the iBUG Friday Night Audio Described Movie, and we will find out here at the halfway point, 8 p.m., what the movie is. Let's see, we just did the cafe this last Sunday, so we will be off this weekend. And I believe we'll do the cafe the following weekend on Saturday the 23rd. And I'm not sure what we're doing, but I'm sure we'll get that figured out by the time we get there. And then next Monday, we'll be right back here again to do the buzz call all over again. So, let me see. What else do we have? I think I've already talked about calendar, what we're doing here. Why don't we just go straight ahead into, hang on, what do I got here? I got an annoying thing. Let me close that. Okay. Now let's go ahead and take a tour around the room and see if, who's here. We ask everybody to tell us your name, tell us where you're joining from. If this is your first time joining us, either at any iBUG event or especially at the iBUG Buzz, we do invite you to let us know, and we like to recognize those who are new. So we promise not to call you out and embarrass you. But seriously, we do like to know who is joining us for the first time. So here's how it's done. My name is Brad, and I'm in Dallas, Texas.
This is Herbie in Houston.
Herbie, thank you, Herbie.
Raheel in Albany, New York, upstate.
Welcome.
Home of winter and snow.
Very nice.
Terry from Arlington Heights, and the Apple Workshop, which is what you were referring to, is the fourth Saturday of the month.
That's what I said. It will be the 23rd this month.
Yes, but I thought you heard the third Saturday of the month.
No, I said there's nothing this Saturday.
Well, anyway.
We just did the cafe last weekend. But that's okay. Thank you, Terry.
Okay.
This is Dad from Southern California. Happy Veterans Day.
Hello, Dad. Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy Veterans Day.
Thank you.
Oh, amazing.
This is Dee in Southern Illinois.
Hello, thank you, Dee. Welcome.
Thank you.
Liz Fort Worth.
Welcome, Liz. Got to meet Liz this weekend at the NFB Texas convention where Michael and I were down there for it was actually here for a couple of days.
Pete from Northeast Florida.
Well, it was down. It was downtown. So there you go. See, it was down. Welcome, Pete.
My name is Fisoye Delano from Spring, Texas, and this is my first time at any iBUG event.
Welcome. How'd you find out about iBUG?
My optometrist, Dr. Nefax, recommended I look you guys up. Yeah.
All right. Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you.
We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
Who else we got?
This is Vincent in New Jersey.
Welcome, Vincent.
Thank you. And the book that we will be talking about is called The Club. It's a mystery novel, and it's a very interesting book.
Good. Very good. Thank you. I knew somebody would know what it is.
No, my name is...
Whoa.
All right. Let's try that again. All right. Well,
this is Ed
from
Welcome. Georgetown, Ontario.
Welcome, Ed.
Fond memory to my father and three uncles who all served in the Second World War. And my nephew, who was signed up when he was 19 years old, many, many years ago, and he's now retired, but still active in a consulting position in the armed forces, in the Army.
All right. Well, we all appreciate their service.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next?
Bridget from Atlanta.
Bridget. Welcome, Bridget. Who else did I hear there?
Jake from Michigan.
Hey, Jake. Welcome.
Dan, Southern California.
Welcome, Dan.
Linda from Humble, Texas.
Welcome, Linda.
Well, in Columbus, Ohio, and I had a father and three uncles in World War II.
All right. Very good. Thank you.
This is Jody in New Hampshire, and gratitude to all veterans.
That's right. Thank you.
Vincent is a veteran.
All right. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Who's next?
Greg in Texas.
Welcome, Greg.
Cheryl in Ohio.
Hello, Cheryl. And I heard somebody else in there.
From Kansas.
Welcome.
Desi in Franklin, Tennessee.
You're welcome, Desi.
Thanks, Brett.
With an O, not an A.
Well, Desi doesn't have an O in it, but my last name.
No, I know.
I thought people would go, "What is he talking about?"
Yeah, it was just between us. But anyway,
This is Roy from Texas.
Hey, Roy, welcome.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Elizabeth from Newfoundland.
Welcome, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Thomas in Colorado.
All right, Thomas, welcome. Anybody else? All right. If anybody didn't get a chance this time, we'll give a second chance when we're at the halfway point of the show. We always do that. Anybody arrives a little after we do the initial introductions, we like to get a second chance. So I think we all know how this works. We would ask you to state your name, wait to be called on by your facilitator, who happens to be me tonight. I don't think I said at the beginning, my name is Brad Snyder. I don't think I said that. I was just focusing on honoring our veteran. State your name, wait to be acknowledged by me. Let's try not to speak when someone else is speaking. We do not use the raised hand feature in here. We just do it a little different. We don't do that. We like to answer a question and not spend too much time and move along to the next one. Let's try and give everybody an opportunity. So with all that said, who would like to get us started with
This is
the first question? Dat, go ahead, sir.
Oh, hi. So anyway, I study a lot of song lyric and I receive them from web pages online. What I wanted to know is how do I copy just the lyrics on a web page? I'm trying to do that right now with I work around, with the weird copy and paste thing, but how do I use my voice over command or gesture using an iPhone to copy just the lyrics instead of just, copying the whole web page and then delete. Uh-huh. Yeah, I like to know how to do that with just voiceover.
We got a web page. We're only interested in the lyrics, not all the other stuff. All right, who? Right. Yeah, Pete, go ahead.
Pete.
Dot, are you familiar with the text selection feature in your rotor? It sounds like you've had a little practice. Okay, well, if you turn your rotor, and you first need to be sure that you go into your settings and go to accessibility to voiceover and all the way down
rotor,
to rotor. Be sure these items are included in your rotor. The first thing would be text selection, although I think that may appear by default whenever you get to a text field.
Okay.
Also, be sure that words and characters and maybe even lines might be a good one to be sure that is in your rotor if you're going to be wanting to copy lyrics. But then you turn your rotor to text selection, and as you flick up or down with one finger when you're in the text selection feature in your rotor, it will take you to either characters, words, or lines, and that will be the increment of the portion of the website that will be copied, which is what you want to do next. So as you go to text selection and first go to your lyrics in your on your web page, and say the first line of your lyrics is, I want to be free. Well, you can flick down if it's on text selection is on lines, and that might happen to be the first line of your lyrics. So you'll hear selected. I want to be free, select it. And then you flick down again. It'll go to your second line in your first verse of your song, and so on until you get through the entire verse. And then you probably want to go and flick your rotor, turn your rotor to edit, exactly, and then go to copy. And that will copy the first word. You can continue to flick down, and you might get more than the actual lyrics. You might get a line or two of something on the website in between the verses. But then you want to be sure you know where you want to copy it to. If you have an email open or your notes app, have your note open, and then you can use your app switcher and go over to your open note or your open email, if that's wherever you're going to paste it to, and then go to that particular document or app, and then go to edit again and find the paste option, single finger double tap on paste, and it will paste it. But your text selection is your friend when you're wanting to copy portions of a website.
Right. Thank you, Pete. I heard Raheel. Did you have something to add, Raheel?
What about turning the rotor to line and then flicking down and then copying with triple tapping the screen with 3 fingers?
This is Dot.
Go ahead, Dot.
I have done that, and it's pretty tedious.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But the way Pete described it, you can keep selecting, like by whatever selected characters, word, line, until you selected all of what you want, and then you can do the copy command. That's perfect. Thank you, Pete.
This is Sri.
Yes, go ahead, Sri.
I was going to say, Dot, Brad did a cafe presentation on text editing. You can take a look at it on our website or any means that you listen to our recordings. But he did a really step-by-step demonstration on how to do text editing.
Yeah.
Sheree, this is Dot. Is that voiceover text editing? iPhone?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But I didn't do anything as involved as what you're talking about, yet it's the same principles. I did it in the Messages app, but it's the same thing to copy one word, one line, or 50 lines. It's the same thing. But pretty much just what Pete described.
Okay.
Pete's instructions he just did it a lot quicker.
Well, thank you.
All right. Let us know how that works out for you. Okay, who'd like to go next? Anybody? Maybe.
This is D.
Okay.
You got 3 at a time.
I got when it rains at point. Okay, now I think I heard somebody, then I heard Bridget, then I heard D, or did I hear Bridget first?
Yes.
Let's go with Bridget. Go ahead, Bridget.
I just have 2 quick comments. I think last week I was saying all my books are double, but I did what you guys said and I listened, and then I heard the button and then hit that and more information. But when I downloaded the club, I didn't see that was on there twice. Okay, that's 2 comments. And the third comment, on Sunday when we did the I forgot the segment on Sunday. Do you know the number? Because I was late because I got the time wrong, and I really need to learn how to do that. Learn how to order things on Amazon. What was the number?
The number of the cafe?
Yes.
Sheree, can you tell us the number of the
114?
114, is that correct, Sheree? Well, you can also go by the date, and yesterday was yeah.
I'm sorry, I was actually looking for the other cafe episode. What was the question?
Bridget wanted to know what was the number of yesterday's cafe.
114.
114, there you go.
All right, thank you.
And it's probably not quite posted yet, but it will be very soon.
All right.
Okay, let's see. I didn't hear anybody else speak up, but let's just go with D. I know D was the third one I heard. There was another one. I was trying to take them in order, but...
Oh, okay. I wanted that phone number for the accessibility for Amazon. It was given yesterday, but I wasn't where I could get it down.
Everybody got that at their fingertips.
Start recording.
Ooh, she's going to record it.
You betcha.
Anybody know that Amazon accessibility disability number?
This is Terry.
Go ahead, Terry.
It's 888-283-1678.
Right. Thank you.
888-283-1678. And they've changed the procedure, so you want to listen carefully because you might get an announcement. You'll get an announcement of if you're not an accessibility customer, you need to go to your Amazon regular website or wherever.
Regular help number.
The regular help number.
Customer support.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
But they also have some other announcements in there now. And for a while, they had a British gentleman telling you to press 1 for this and press 2 for that. I've forgotten now what it is, but you want to listen carefully because things have changed in that recording that you get initially when you first dial in.
All right. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you.
Now, last call for whoever that.
No, this is Jody.
Jody.
Yeah, Terry, can you repeat that number again? I didn't type fast enough.
Dee's got it.
I can. This is Terry, or if you'd rather.
Just go ahead and give it, Terry.
All right. It's 888, which is toll free, 283-1678. 283-1678, area code 888, toll free.
Okay, thank you.
This is Desi.
Go ahead, Desi.
I was just going to comment that I don't believe there is a regular customer service number. At least when I've gone to Amazon Accessibility, they always say that if you don't need something in the accessibility line to go to Amazon customer service on the web.
There is a way in the app, call somebody. They don't really, I don't think they give the phone number, but I have had to do it. I think you go under my account. I can't remember if she did the presentation. Been a while.
Right.
And, you can either send them a text or request them to call you, and you tap on, whatever it says, call me, and boom, your phone rings immediately and they call you.
Ooh, that's Pete. Good to know.
Yeah, go ahead, Pete.
Just a quick shout out to yesterday's cafe. Sri did a stupendous job. It was really, really comprehensive. And when that thing gets posted, you guys need to go listen to it because that's the kind of thing that you can really learn from when you can pause and rewind a little bit and then play a little section again because it was very comprehensive. So I just wanted to give a shout out for Sri on that one. Good job.
This is Desi. It was wonderful. Go ahead, Desi. I was just going to say it was really wonderful. Great job, Sri.
Very good. All right.
Jerry.
I
have a question for Sri, I believe, or maybe somebody else did the introduction.
Go ahead.
That was now a while ago. There was a memory card you were talking about, and I'm pretty sure it was called SanDisk. Is that correct?
That's a brand name. So yes, that would be yes.
So it's SAN.
SANDISK. They're owned by Western Digital now.
Western Digital, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there was something else, but I'll have to think about it. So I'll let somebody else if there's somebody else.
You can go into your Amazon app and search for SanDisk SD card. You'll get a whole bunch of choices.
Yeah, Jerry here again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I hear you talking about Amazon. I'm sure you've heard of it, but maybe some on here haven't. Have you heard of InnoSearch AI?
Yes, I have.
So we have. Yes. Who is this?
Rosetta. I'm sorry, Rosetta Stone.
Yes, Rosetta. Please say your reminder to everybody. Please say your name and wait to be called.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Rosetta.
I just found out about InSearch.ai, and I was wondering. I tried to go in it today, but it didn't work too well for me. And so I was wondering if anybody's used that. Do you have to put your card number in there, or you just to buy something?
Jerry.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Yes, if you want to buy something, of course, if you have a MasterCard or whatever, you can put in there and you can let it remember it. That's what I did. And now anytime I use it, it just uses my Face ID and I'm good to go. And it is very accessible. You can shop, they have over 500,000 people they can shop with Amazon, eBay, Walmart, and I find it very accessible. I never did my own shopping through online, but now since this website is up, I do, and I love it.
This is Pete. Right. What's the site again?
It's InnoSearch. InnoSearch AI. I-N as in November, N as in November, O as in Oscar, search, SEARCH .ai.
INNO search.ai. All right, cool.
Yes, it's a company that was started out of the U.S. and they have free shipping and free 30-day return.
All right. Definitely worth checking out. Thank you, Jerry.
This is John.
Go ahead, John.
So for those who follow Sam from The Blind Life, I believe one of his podcast episodes, he interviewed the people from InnoSearch.
Okay, very nice. You don't know how long ago that was, do you?
Unfortunately, I don't. I just found it in the Apple Podcast app when I was looking around.
Jerry.
Go ahead, Jerry, and then let's move along.
Double Tap. If anybody listens to Double Tap podcast, right. They did an interview a bit ago.
Right. Very good. All right. Very good. Moving along. Who's got our next question?
This is Roy.
Go ahead, Roy.
I was the third one a while ago.
Oh, it was you. All righty. Thank you.
In the past, I've been able to touch the app for my messages app on the home screen, and it would say one app unread or one message unread. But after I updated to 18, I lost that feature. Now it doesn't tell me how many are in there that haven't been unread, so I have to open the app to see.
This is Desi.
Go ahead. Hang on.
That's all I had. I just wondered how I could...
Okay, Desi, go ahead.
This same thing happened to me, Roy. So I can tell you that if you go into settings, go to notifications and go down to messages and turn on badges. Badges will tell you. So I turned it on both for my messages and also my email. And so now when I swipe past email, it will say email 4 unread messages or 106 or whatever it is. And it will say the same thing.
3,600.
Yeah, that. or when I touch the messages app, it will say 4 unread messages. So that's what you want to do. Go turn on your badges. I don't have any of my other message. I have sounds on, but I don't have anything else, just sounds and badges. And that's how I like to do it. But anyway, that will get you your number of messages.
And what I will say is, sometimes after a major update, like from iOS 17 point whatever to 18, you may have had those on before, but sometimes these things get turned off or something happens in the update process. So if ever something like that's not working, it's worth doing like what Desi said, go into your settings someplace, and sometimes you toggle it off and toggle it back on, and it works like it did before.
It's a Joe.
Go ahead, Joe.
I just want to thank Jesse for that tip, because I've noticed that about my email, and I couldn't figure out why, and I guess I just didn't really care enough to ask anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go fix that right now.
3,000 and something unread emails, right, Joe?
Uh-oh. Yeah, no, I think 3 million is more like it.
Okay. I'm sorry. Who else did I hear there? I heard
Jerry.
Jerry, yes, sir.
I just have a quick comment. I knew I saw it somewhere. The Amazon, calling Amazon, if people on here have the Be My Eyes app on there, you can go into the service directory and technical, and you can call them right from there.
Okay.
I just looked at it and I seen it.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah, and I think the last thing before is you tap something and they call you, actually. And then, of course, in your recent calls, you can see the phone number they called you on, but I don't think you can call that number. That has been my experience.
This is Dee.
Go ahead, Dee.
Yeah, just about a week ago, I went in to Be My Eyes in their directory, and I could not find anything for Amazon. That's why I was happy to get this number again, because I used to have it, and I don't know what happened.
This is Shri.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything under Be My Eyes for Amazon.
All right, go ahead, Shri.
It's there. If you go to the directory services tab and then go to the search and just type in Amazon, you'll see it says Amazon US.
Is that the accessibility number that it's giving you, not the regular?
It's a toll-free number. But
it's not the regular customer support number, right?
No, it's the same number you would call in for accessibility.
It's the accessibility number. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Marty.
Yeah, that number, I just called them recently. It's still valid, that 888-283-1678. That is the accessibility number.
All right. Thank you, Marty. Hey, who would like to go? Somebody hadn't had a chance to ask a question or make a comment. Let's get some new blood in here. Raheel, go ahead.
How do I get the medical ID to display on my lock screen? Because now I don't think it's showing up anymore on the lock screen.
Medical ID on the lock screen. Who can help us out with that? Anybody? Okay, Raheel, I think that's in your health app. See if you can find your health app on your iPhone.
This is Herbie.
Go into there. Yeah, Herbie.
I don't know if this is the case now, but I think it used to be that the medical ID only worked if your passcode was disabled because of having to get access to the lock screen. But that was several years ago.
This is Shri.
Okay.
Go ahead, Shri.
Yeah, I thought once you set it up in the health, it comes up, because I know that even if the phone was locked, paramedics could go to the lock screen and see the medical information.
Right, that's what I thought, because that was the whole point of the whole thing.
Jerry.
Like I said, go into the health app and look around in there.
Shouldn't paramedics know how to triple tap with 3 fingers to turn off screen curtain in case they need to
maybe not. I wouldn't count on that. But
this is Shri.
Go ahead, Shri.
Yeah, I was going to say, no, that's not, they're not going to know this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Last thing they're thinking about is how do you turn voiceover off? They're not going to think about that.
Jerry?
Go ahead, Jerry.
I don't know how it's on the lock screen, but if you hold in the power button and the side button, and it comes up like to power off and say medical ID there.
It does. You're correct. I bet they probably know how to find that. But
again, that's what I'm saying.
They may or may not have a clue about voiceover. So, but yeah, you want to go into the health app and you'll find out how to set up your medical ID information.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Who's next? Somebody hadn't had a chance to.
This is Jerry from Vermont. I just came on. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Jerry.
I have been struggling lately with the whole notion of folders making. I used to like to do folders with my apps, making all my apps go into folders. Mm-hmm. And after the update, or after
it's a bug.
Yeah, it's a horrible bug.
Yep.
And so I've decided to do something a little different. And that my friend, Jen, who's not on here, but, she suggested I put all the apps that I don't really need to use in the app library and then have Siri just open them for me. And I thought that was kind of a brilliant idea. So I'm in the process of fixing that, and deleting in the process the apps that I don't need. So I just wanted to let everybody know about that bug. I spent probably 2 hours with Apple support yesterday, in which time I reported the bug up the line. And I'm sure it's been done before, but I'll tell you, it was rough.
It's a new bug.
Yeah.
It just started. I don't know if it's 18 or 18.1. I think it was 18. I would expect they'll get this fixed. You've been able to use folders and create folders and even with VoiceOver turned on. And I don't know if this is a VoiceOver bug, if it works without VoiceOver, but my suspicion is Apple should get that fixed hopefully pretty quick. Maybe the next update, if not that one, the next one.
This is Jerry.
I expect this to be a temporary situation. Go ahead, Sri, and then we'll go back to Jerry.
So is the issue creating a folder or is just putting an app into a folder?
It's creating a folder.
I can put apps in. This is Jerry again.
Yes,
I can put apps into folders once they're created, but I can't create a folder from if I wanted to put news and Burlington News in the same app folder.
This is Jerry.
Go ahead, Jerry. Go ahead.
It's both ways, because I tried putting an app into a folder and it didn't do it. It dropped it right beside it.
This is Sri.
Go ahead, Sri.
So the reason, and this is my theory here, because one of the new features with iOS 18 is we can move an app to an empty space in the home screen, so you don't necessarily need to be next to another app. What I've noticed is, when you flick up or down and you move an app and try to dump it into a folder, it puts it right next to it. And if I want to put it back into that folder, then I do a double tap and hold and then slide. You have to do the touch and slide and move it that way, and it does go into a folder.
I have not had it work that way, except because I can't see where my finger is, and it's not telling me. The VoiceOver isn't saying you're on top of whatever, the app that I want to make a folder with, and I can't get anything to go in those empty icons. It just kind of has to happen by osmosis.
This is Liz.
Hang on. Go ahead, Sri.
I was going to say, it does take a little bit of practice, especially, we used to do this probably long time ago. That's how we moved these apps around. So, and then we got away from that. And then by swiping up and down and going to the edit and drag. But, what I do is I double tap and hold and I move very, very slowly. And then I let VoiceOver, it kind of reads the columns and rows. So the first thing you need to know is where does that other folder reside? Because it will tell you what rows and columns it resides on. So then that gives you kind of an idea which direction you need to move to.
Yeah, that's a good thought, Sri. Thanks.
Liz?
Go ahead, Liz.
It is a VoiceOver issue with doing that. I cheated and turned off VoiceOver and it worked just fine. So it is a VoiceOver issue.
Yeah. Hopefully Apple will get it fixed, because we all like to keep our home screens organized.
Lisa.
Go ahead, Dad, and let's move along to
just a slight comment. I don't have that bug doesn't happen on my phone, on my device. Well, for me, I can drag, I can add folder, create folder, I can add apps to folders, no problem. The only thing I have a problem with is the phone dock. I cannot put the phone in the dock like used to be.
You're not able to move?
Yeah, so my phone is not on the dock anymore. For now. Yeah, so that's the problem that I'm still haven't figured out how to do. Yeah. So I have to be on page one all the time if I want to get to my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jody, go ahead and let's move along.
Yeah.
I've heard that's another 18 glitch.
Yep. Well, the dock's kind of like a folder. It's different. I mean, you see it on every screen, but I can see where the two would be related. Hopefully, Apple will get this fixed. Let's move along to something new.
This Rosetta Stone.
Go ahead, Sarah.
No, this Rosetta Stone.
Oh, Rosetta. I'm so sorry. Go ahead, Rosetta.
Oh, that's okay. So, they told me that I could use Siri to transfer money in my Apple Cash. And so I tried, but I was trying to transfer like $100 and it didn't work because it said that my Apple card only had $77 on it. I thought it was just going to pull from the credit card so I couldn't send the money. Does anybody know what I should do?
What exactly is it? Forget about Siri. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to send my son some money through Apple Cash app.
Apple Pay.
Apple Pay.
Well, is that it? It's Apple. Is it called?
This
You're
is
using
Desi.
Apple Cash.
It is Apple
to
Cash.
send money. Yeah, to send money to your son. That's it.
Right.
Okay. And it said it can only send what you've got in your Apple Cash account. So if you're trying to send 100 and you've only got $78 in there, you can't do that. You have to add more money to your Apple Cash.
And when I tried that, I have problems. I couldn't get more money to add in my wallet to the Apple Cash.
Okay. I
This
do
is
not know how
Desi.
to add. Go ahead, Desi.
I have my Apple Cash connected to my checking account. So when I'm sending Apple Cash to somebody, if I don't have enough in the actual Apple Cash, it just pulls from my checking account.
And how did you set that up so that it's
I
connected?
don't know. It's
You
been
don't
way
know. Okay.
I did it way too long ago.
Yeah, I think mine is that way too, but...
this is Vincent.
Go ahead, Vincent.
You cannot take cash out of a credit card and transfer.
And she said her Apple Cash account.
Yes, but she had...
I know what you're saying, yes.
Yeah, she had said that she was trying to transfer money from her a credit card, and that is not possible. She has to have the amount, cover the amount.
Right. That's why
either through the savings or checking account that are attached to Apple Pay, not the credit card.
I know you can use Apple Cash to pay for things, and it goes through as a Discovery card payment. But like Desi said, in order to add money to your Apple Cash, you need to have it connected to a checking account. So look into that, Rosetta.
Okay. All right.
And
Thank
see
you.
if you can find that. And you might skip Siri and go straight into your wallet and go to your Apple Cash account and look in there. You're probably going to find a more button, and it'll have some actions there.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Who's next? Who hadn't had a chance to go?
Liz,
go ahead.
Okay. You know how everybody says they've got X amount of emails that they need to get to?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have X amount of paper. You know how people quit sending me paper. I can't read it. And some of it are important documents, and some of it are like on a new appliance I have. Had been using Seeing AI for the document, but on my new stove, when I listen to it under documents, I don't know what language was intermittent with the English, but I could not understand any of it.
What do you mean in your new stove? What are you trying to read?
A quick setup. It's like 6 pages, but the first page.
Okay, like a little user's guide. Okay.
Yeah.
I bet it's got more than one language. It's probably what's going on there.
Okay, because I didn't understand half of what it said. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Is there a better app to use, or what?
Who did I hear there? Did I hear Sri, or did I hear somebody else? Go ahead, Sri.
Now, have you tried to go to that document, go the other way, like the other end of it? Because sometimes the foreign language is on one side and the English is on the other side.
I thought about that, but like first 5 words are English, and then the next 5 words are I don't know, and then it'll go back to English.
I think what that is telling you is the different languages this document is on.
They're mixed in together sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That's not nice.
Step one, well, to a sighted person, they look at it and they see step 1 and it shows you English, Spanish, French, German, whatever it's showing you. Then you go to step 2 and it's got the text for however many languages, step 2. Go ahead, Desi.
I was going to say that it sounds to me like it's reading across columns instead of like reading down the column. You know, like.
That's doing something.
Yeah.
This is Liz.
Go ahead, Liz. Over here.
Folded like accordion style, so there's just one column on each page, and then you'd have to move to. I only got to the first page and said, I can't do this.
I think the languages are intermixed. Go ahead, Raheel.
What about calling your IRA agent and having them translate that? Like take a picture of the document and avoiding the Spanish and just translating the stuff in English into your email. And that way you can go back to it later.
I would think the IRA people would be able to just read you the English and ignore the other languages. That's something that a sighted assistant, IRA or perhaps Be My Eyes, might be able to help you with. I know IRA can actually get the model number and look it up online.
This is true.
And get you what you need. Go ahead, Sri.
I think this is where you might want to use short text on Seeing AI and just see if the English is getting picked up instead of you trying to scan it. And just that way you can flip those folded piece of paper and just go to the next one and see if English picks up.
This is Herbie.
Go ahead, Herbie.
I agree with Raheel. I think this is a situation where I would definitely just rely on a human pair of eyes. I think it'll be a lot easier in the end, unless you really, really are motivated to try to make it work. I would honestly go with the pair of eyes.
Chris.
Yeah, me too. Go ahead, Chris. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you. I had an issue like this a while ago, and it was an email. It was all in English, but halfway through, it would start speaking Spanish through this email, and I don't know why it did that. When I went on the road, back then it was called Languages before iOS 18, and if I went to the default language, it was the same voice, but just went from default to the one I currently have, which was the same one. It was a different speaking rate, and it was still, speaking English, the same voice, but then I read the whole thing in English.
I don't know why. Scan a setup guide with Seeing AI. So.
Right. Oh, I thought she had something on her screen.
No, it's not an email. She's got a new appliance, and she's looking at the quick setup guide, and we think it's got multiple languages intermixed in each step or something like that.
It might, but it might be maybe the same voice thing. Maybe you could try and do a document capture on it, and then, maybe capture that and you try the default voice. It was very strange. I don't know why it did it, but that's what it ended up being. It was actually in English. The actual document was in English, but it was reading it as Spanish. And I don't know why.
Right. That's email, and it's got other coding in it. Okay.
Jody.
Well, yeah, Jody, and then let's move on.
Yeah, I'm using VD Scanner, and I pause the speech, and then I turn the rotor to lines, and I read it line by line. And then when I get to the foreign language part, I just skip over it, using the edit.
Yeah, that's another way to do it.
Yeah, because I think you're right. Yep. I think rather than having separate pages now, I think they mix the languages all togetger.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't help when I'm trying to cook and figure out which way to turn the knob for hot.
Oh, I know.
I hear you.
This is Richard.
All right.
Go ahead, Richard, and then this is the last one. We're moving on. Go ahead.
I was thinking, is it possible it's saying to select a language? Because sometimes that happens too. And it's prompting you to select a language, and it's telling you all the languages there. And the next part would say to select a language.
All right. I'm with Herbie. I call Ira myself. They'll tell me what's really going on there.
So I can know which way to turn it on.
Who's got something completely different for us to tackle? We got 10 minutes till the top of the hour, so let's use it wisely.
This is Ed.
Ed, what you got?
Oh, I got a watch. It's an old watch, and I use it if I just want to check my emails. So I push the crown, and it says home, and then I turn the crown until it gets to mail, and I tap mail, tap on the screen. And it says watch face, and it doesn't matter. And this has happened to me for the last couple of days at least, and I can't get it to do anything else other than as soon as I tap the screen, it says watch face. It goes from like the home face to the watch face. Any ideas? Like, I don't think I changed anything.
Have you tried pressing the crown to go to the list of apps and then start swiping on that screen until you get to the mail app and then double tap?
Instead of turning the crown?
Yeah, try it. That way your focus is always on the touch screen. You know it's on the touch screen. I mean, I don't know if that makes a difference, but I'd give that a try.
Okay.
And also, it should just, pull its information off of your phone.
Oh, yeah, I know. I have no problems. I've never had a problem with it. reading emails or whatever, and but for some reason, it's decided not to let me read any emails. It just goes to watch face instead of opening the mail.
Anybody else read their mail on their Apple Watch?
This is Jerry from Vermont. Hey, Jerry.
Did I hear both Jerrys?
Yeah.
Let's go with Jerry from Vermont first.
Okay. I would suggest going to your watch app and making sure everything is installed properly, and that way you can either reinstall mail or uninstall it and see what happens. Whenever I get in trouble with a watch, it doesn't matter which watch, I've gone to the Apple Watch app and I have been able to solve whatever problem I had. Just a thought.
Okay. All right. Let's see what other Jerry's got.
I've noticed I actually stole my Apple Watch 2 weeks ago. I took it back to Apple because the voiceover since iOS 18 on the Apple Watch is pretty, it's not very good. I had a pretty rough experience, so I decided I didn't want the Apple Watch anymore.
Okay.
This is Pete.
I was going to say before we go, just for clarification, it's iOS 18 on your phone and it's Watch OS 11 on the watch. But yeah, they go together. Go ahead, Pete.
I was just going to comment that I heard Jerry in one year and Jerry in the other year, so I think it's like Jerry-O.
Yeah. Well,
this is Marty.
Very nice. Go ahead, Marty.
I want people to laugh.
I don't
laugh.
Yeah, it does. I don't do it all. I don't do it often, but I have
laugh.
No. I have gone into apps. I swipe to mail, and then when you're in the mail app, you may have to go to inboxes, or we have multiple inboxes. Right. Select what inbox you want to go to, and then it will take a minute or so to load. I don't know how many messages.
You get it open by going to your screen of apps and swiping on the screen, not using the digital.
Yes, no, I didn't use the crown. No.
8:53 p.m. and 46 seconds.
So try that, Ed, and see if that works for you.
This
could
is
be something funny
okay.
going on with Watch OS 11.
This is Ed. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay. Go ahead, Sri, real quick, and then
I got another watch question. Some other question related to watch.
Okay, go ahead.
So, I started using the exercise, but I can't find the end exercise on the watch. It tells me there's, it goes to page 1 or 3, but I can't seem to find on which page that the end workout is at.
Okay, how do we end a workout?
Raheel,
tell us how to end a workout.
Okay, so do you have the new watch where it has the action button behind what I would say you on the thing?
I do. I have both.
Okay, so what you want to do? Sorry, I was just grabbing my socks because my feet is cold. What you want to do is I can demonstrate it if time permits. Is that okay, Brad?
No, real quick. He'll just tell us about it. We don't.
Okay.
We can't do demos.
So if you were in a workout, right? For example, indoor walk, which is my favorite, right? And it says page 3 of 3. That's the first. There are 2 of them, and I don't know what the second page 3 of 3 is all about. But the first page 3 of 3, you want to swipe down with one finger until you get to page 1. And that's where you'll see pause and that's where you want to see end. And that's where you want to double tap is on end workout. So that's the way I do it. Anybody else have any tips? Other suggestions?
Yeah, I think it's on one of those screens, Sri. Just look around and you should find once the workout starts.
All right, thanks.
Jerry from Vermont.
All right. Okay, Jerry?
Use Siri. Siri will end your workout.
That's true. It won't move your cache from Apple Cache, but it will end your workout.
This is Jerry from Canada. May I ask a new quick question?
Yes, Jerry, go ahead.
Go pretty quick.
Yes,
Sri, do you know I have just recently got an iPhone 16 Pro last week, Does SanDisk make their flash drives yet, or whatever they're called, for iPhone 16 Pro?
This is Sri.
Go ahead, Sri.
Yeah, you're looking for the iExpand drive. As far as I know, I have not seen one for USB-C. I've only seen for the Lightning one. But you can get that and get the adapter going from USB-A to USB-C, and that should work.
Okay, I was going to ask you, can I do it with an adapter?
I think,
Would
yeah,
that
it
be
should
the
work.
camera adapter, Sri?
No, this is this is like a flash drive that kind of has both ends, a Lightning and a USB-A port. That
Okay, yeah.
saves.
So what is I know what the one is plugging into your phone. Would the other end be like, say, you know what a thumb drive is, right?
Yep.
Would the other end be like a thumb drive to plug in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It just
I've got one
think
of
of
those
it as
adapters.
both ends have an connector.
You bet. The one plugs into your iPhone and the other end is a female end to plug in the flash drive.
They're both male on both sides.
On the flash drive.
That's correct.
Yes.
It has a USB-C on one end and a USB-A on the other and a flash drive in the middle.
Yeah, I was just thinking you plug the adapter into your phone, and then the other end of the adapter is the female end where you plug in the USB.
This is straight. No. So basically what you're doing is you're taking information from your iPhone and you want to move it to your computer. That's what this drive is for. So one end is Lightning, but since you have a 16, you have a USB-C. So I would use the USB-A side, get the adapter. So you got an A to a C adapter, plug it into your iPhone. Whatever data you need to get copied, it gets copied. Then you take that and bring it over to your computer that has either the USB-A or USB-C port.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can you just use that drive though for storage and leave it over there?
Yeah. It copies photos. It doesn't copy everything. It copies photos, your contacts, and your videos.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Give that a try, Jerry. And with that, we are almost at the top of the hour, so we're just going to call it there. And let's see if we have anyone who did not get a chance to introduce yourself in the beginning of the call. If you've joined us since then, now's your chance. Anybody?
Marty from Ben.
Hey, Marty, welcome.
Joe from Toronto.
Joe, welcome.
Mo from Texas.
And welcome, Mo.
Thank you.
And this is Sri from Virginia, and thank you for those kind words earlier said for the cafe. Thank you.
Yeah. Always a good cafe. Thanks, Sri. Anybody else?
Gary in Austin.
Welcome, Gary.
Marie in Reno.
Welcome, Marie. That it?
This is John in BC, Canada.
John, welcome. I'm sorry, I heard somebody else.
Oh, it was Brian from Ontario. Sorry.
Oh, Brian. Welcome, Brian. Okay. Last call.
Chris in Texas, and I thought Daria was a good pun. Feed.
Okay. Well, that makes one.
At least somebody
Chris.
gives a darn.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah.
Kathy.
Well, welcome, Kathy.
Just got in.
Well, good. Under the wire, because we're about to say last call. So, hearing none, let me see. Normally, at this point, we would do the big reveal. So, let's see. iBUG guy, are you there? Are you out there?
Oops. Oh no. Derek, I thought Halloween's over.
Never over.
It's not over.
Yes, I'm back.
Hey, Michael.
Good trip to Dallas this past weekend for a little convention, but
you went
back safe and soundly, and now we're getting ready to share what the movie's going to be this week. Anybody want to take a guess before I give any clues?
Phantom of the Opera.
Halloween.
All right. Well, but before we get into that, we exhausted all of the ways to use WD-40 that I knew of, other than the normal use. So we're going to move over to wax paper. Some of you guys don't even know what wax paper is. If you're under 30, you probably never even used it. But anyway, we're going to look at ways to use wax paper in the bathroom. So, in case you run out of toilet paper, no, not toilet paper.
Oh, Michael, my aunt in England had wax paper for toilet paper.
Do you ever have a shower curtain that kind of doesn't want to slide along that shower rod? The rings on the curtain get stuck, whether they're metal or plastic or whatever they're made out of. Well, simply just take some wax paper and rub it on that shower rod, and next thing you know, you'll have a smooth sailing curtain all the way across, back and forth. Yeah. And that's one great use. How about, this one I think is for the guys. If you have one of those heated hair straightener thingies, then you know that after after you use it, it can sometimes build up residue on the plates from hair products and other kinds of things, oil in your hair, whatever. Well, first let it cool, make sure it cools down, and then rub those plates with some wax paper. It'll take all that residue off and restore that to its original nice, shiny, smooth surface. Your hair will thank you for it. So there's a couple of uses of wax paper. Now it's time for
Bên Virginia.
Yes. We are ready for some clues. I hear some background noise. Everybody can stay unmuted unless you have noise in your background. Then we'll have to ask you to please mute kindly for everyone else that wants to play. Other rules, you have 5 clues. 5. Sometimes we never get to 5. We got there last week. And you also get 1 guess per clue. And if you were a winner in the last 3 weeks, we did have a winner last week, I think, didn't we? I think
I won, didn't I?
On the last bonus clue, yes, Pete.
Mm-hmm.
So Pete is ineligible this week. The previous couple of weeks, I don't think we've had winners, so I don't know. Can't remember that far back. Slipped a little bit since then. But anyway, those are the rules. Also, be sure, just like in the regular program, say your name, wait to be acknowledged before you try to guess the movie title. We just need a movie title, Kathy. And here we go with clue number 1. Our film this week is set in the country of Fiorin and is based on the book of the same name.
A country of
what?
what?
The country? I couldn't hear you.
I couldn't hear you.
The name of the country is Fiorin.
Fiorin. Oh, science fiction.
I don't know what language that is, but that's how they pronounce it in their country.
Sci-fi.
Anyone wants to guess? All right.
How about Raheel?
Raheel.
How about, could it be, is it based on like Christmas or Thanksgiving or anything, or no?
I gave you the clue. You have to give me a title. That's how this game is played.
What about, Bjorn, the movie, the country?
That is a great guess, but not the title of the movie. All right, we're going along to clue number 2. Oh, look at this. You guys, anybody here last week? Remember the movie from last week?
Captain Phillips.
Sure. Captain Phillips. Well, we're going to again see a pirate and some kidnapping going on.
Ooh.
Wow.
More pirate, more kidnapping.
Yo ho yo
Same
ho.
music.
This is Shree.
Go ahead, Shree.
Ronan.
Oh, Shree's trying to play off that country name, and he is. Wrong. Good try, Shree. Anybody else before we move along? We again see a pirate and kidnapping taking place. All right, going on to clue number 3. One character has a signature phrase, and it is "as you wish."
Oh.
This is Chris.
And Chris is in for the winner. And go ahead, Chris.
I don't know. The Princess Bride.
The Princess Bride. Oh, Chris sometimes has good answers and
this time. That's a good guess.
That is a very good guess, Chris. And ding, 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 it is right.
Oh, wow.
Really good guess.
Cool.
Did we see that one before?
Guess.
We will be watching The Princess Bride in the precious country of Fiorin and Kildare and other places to be seen. All right. So, and I forget who the actors are.
Carrie Elves?
Yes. No. Yes. Who's the actor?
Andre the Giant?
Yeah.
Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal's in it. The giant guy.
Andre the Giant.
The princess is played by
Robin Wright.
Was it Robin Wright?
Robin Wright.
I think so.
Exactly right. All right, so that's going to be our movie. And let's see. I think we've got a prize for Chris. Where is that prize? Oh, here it is. Okay, Chris, one of the characters. Oh, I didn't get to that clue, so I'm going to go ahead and do that clue now. What his famous line in the movie is, "My name is Pio Montoya.
You killed my dad.
You killed my father. Prepare to die." All right.
That's good.
I can tell Shree had seen the movie many times.
Many times.
Oh.
Way too many times.
Indigo Montoya has a wonderful sword that he uses throughout the film. And so we were fortunate to get that sword. And of course, it'll come in colors for Chris to use in her next swashbuckling adventure.
All right.
So join us this Friday for The Princess Bride.
All right.
Great movie.
Great movie. Yes.
All of them are great.
All right, Bradford, where did you go?
I am here.
I am heading out.
Along. I'm disqualified from all movies, so I just listen. All right. Now that we have all that movie fun behind us, making sure I'm unmuted. All right. Now it's time for this week's Buzz Bite, and I'm presenting it for once. And we're going to take a look at a new feature in iOS 18. So let's give it a listen. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do this just to make sure. I don't know if okay. One of the many new features available in iOS 18 is text effects available in the Messages app. This allows you to add effects such as bold, italics, underline to selected text. You can also increase or decrease the size of the selected text relative to the surrounded text. There are also several motion effects that you can add, such as shake or jitter, nod, where you're your text goes up and down, kind of like when you nod your head. So let's take a look at how to use these. I am using a iPhone 16 Pro, and I am running iOS 18.1. But these features are available on any iPhone that is running any version of iOS 18. So let's take a look at it. Let's unlock my iPhone.
1459.
Now,
messages.
I already have a new message open, and I have already entered some text. Let's hear what it says.
Message. Text field is editing. Let's learn about text effects in iOS 18.
All right. Let's learn about text effects. So I'm going to select some text.
Words. Speaking rate. Words. Let's learn.
Let's go with learn.
Learn.
We'll go at the beginning of the word.
Characters. Text selection. Word selection. Learn. Selected.
Okay, we have selected a word. So above the letter P, I will find the text effects button.
Open text effects button.
Okay, I'm going to double tap on it. I've selected it.
Bold text.
Now, this opens a toolbar. It actually has several rows in it. And of course, we start in the upper left corner, and we heard it say, I'm on the bold button, and I can double tap to select bold.
Bold text. Selected. Bold text.
There's also
italicized text.
I can also select italicize.
Italicized. Selected. Italicized text. Selected. Bold text. Selected. Italicized text.
Both bold and italicized selected. What else I have here is
underline text. Strike through text.
And strike through, as we all know, that puts a horizontal line through the selected text. So I'm able to select one or all of these if I so choose, but that's not the case on these other ones we're going to look at. Big. I can make my text a little bigger.
Small.
And I believe I can still keep my underlined or bold or italicized text when I make it bigger, but I cannot obviously make text both big and small. Then I have these motion features. Shake.
Nod.
It makes it go up and down.
Explode.
It explodes and goes out of the text edit area.
Ripple. Gloom. Jitter.
And that's it. So there are 6 of those special effects, as well as bigger or smaller. You saw I had text already in there, and I selected some text, but I could enable this feature before I had put any text in the edit field, and then my selections would apply to all of the text. If I wanted it all to explode, all to nod up and down, or shake like jitter, I could do that before I even put the text in there. So it's just a fun thing that you can add to your text messages. A couple of things to be aware of. You know that button that said text effects that was located above the letter P, that is in the predictive text area. So you must have predictive text enabled because the text effects button is in that bar. If you don't have predictive text, you don't get the text edit button. Other thing to be aware of is this is an iMessage feature. That means it's only available if not only you have iMessage enabled on your iPhone, and your recipient has to have iMessage enabled on theirs. And that also means that if you're sending to a non-iMessage user, like one of your Android friends, they will not get these because this feature does not work in SMS, standard texting, or RCS either. It is an iMessage feature only. So that's text effects in iOS 18 Messages app. So check it out, and maybe you can have some fun with it. Okay, let's see. That was text effect. Okay, you guys can unmute and ask some questions or not. Ooh,
this is Deb.
Should be able to unmute.
This is Deb.
Go ahead, Deb.
Just a quick question. If you got a message that somebody had done that with, would VoiceOver read that you would know that, or would that?
That's a good question, because I have not received one. I've sent them.
This is Sri.
I was just curious.
Well, let's see what Sri says.
Yeah, so on your rotor, one of the options you'll get is text effects, and it will tell you all the words that have those effects.
Very good. I've seen that rotor in there, and it didn't do anything when I was trying to send them or create them.
And you got to swipe. This is Sri. You got to swipe up or down once you get to text effects, and it'll go through the cycle of all what's in there. it won't just read it. You got to swipe up and down.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Sheree. See, I sent them. I played with them. I could see just a tiny bit, and I had wondered that a lot of this may not be all that helpful for voiceover users, but it's certainly something you can send to people and have some fun with it that way, provided they can.
Karen,
Go ahead.
can you repeat it like you can with
What do you mean by repeat it?
special effects? Like if someone sighted, gets it and they're like, oh, that's cute. Like for the motions, like the nodding or what's shaking or whatever.
You mean, can you copy
Like with the
it?
other,
I don't know what you mean by can you repeat it?
repeat the motion. Like somebody sends you like.
I think it's just doing it constantly.
Oh, it's constant. Okay.
I think it's just constantly nodding up and down, or I don't know about the exploding unless it just does it over and over again, or the some of those others.
This is Pete.
Go ahead, Pete.
I was going to ask Sri to elaborate a little bit when you said Sri, when you go to your rotor and you go to text effects, you said something at the end there, like you go
to your rotor and there's text effect, and you start swiping down to go forward through the message or up to go in reverse order from.
Does it go one word at a time?
And it will, as it lands on each word, it will tell you what it's doing. Go ahead, Sri.
So when you do that, when it's on the road, it's only going to speak the words that have the effects. Like in your example, it'll just have that word that's bold, learn. It won't have anything else that doesn't have any of the effects. It won't mention it on the rotor.
Do you not hear the rest of the message then? No. I'm wondering how you mechanically would work your way through that.
So this is Sri. So let's say, for example, hello, Brad, how are you? And you've got a couple of words in there. Words in the rotor will just tell you, let's say hello is underlined or bold, and then you flick again, and let's say it's how are you? If you had an effects for that, it'll just say how are you. That's what's affected. So it's only going to show you what
the word is
affected.
Exploding or nodding.
Yeah,
sounds pretty tedious.
Correct. I think it's a visual thing.
Yeah,
but for voiceover users, it allows you to at least know it's there. But this is definitely a visual thing.
Right. Yeah.
And you can also, before you even, obviously you could select all the text in a message, but if you open up a text message edit field and you enable these text edit features, text effect. Thank you. My mind just, before you type anything, then everything you either type or dictate will have that effect. It's a lot like when you're in a regular text editor. You turn on bold text or you turn on whatever the effect is, and then you start typing. Everything after you've turned it on has it until you turn it off. Right. So also, I noticed that once you open that text effects toolbar, it's actually it's got 1, 2, 3. I think it's got 6 rows. You can't close it. I tried two-finger swipe. What I had to do is lock the phone and then unlock it and and swipe up to unlock, and then the text edit toolbar box or whatever we call it is gone. But my effects are there. Yeah, go ahead, Sri.
Yeah, so I ran into that too when I was doing the demo. So what I did was I went to how it's got the apps tab or the apps button.
Mm-hmm.
You double tap on the apps button and then you scrub out, then you can get out of that text effect.
Now get it out of there. Okay, because that text effects button gets covered when
there's no dismiss button.
Box opens. Yeah.
And this is Sri. One of the things, if you did only have one text effect, if you did swipe left, you left out the text message, come back in, it will tell you in the message itself what was text selected.
If you only have it on one word, if you swiping, it'll tell you. Okay.
Liz?
You go ahead, Liz.
Does it let you choose different fonts, like script or something?
No.
Okay.
But it just lets you bold, underline, italics, and make the font text bigger or not. And then there were the other little, what I call novelty effects, like nodding, and the word is just going up and down, like when you nod your head.
Quiver. And
it's cute. But anyhow, I just thought it was a fun little feature, and I thought
good recording.
If nobody was available. Well, I had
My heel?
I clicked my heels together and it got better. So anyway, go ahead, Raheel.
What about, you know how like when I write happy birthday to my mother, like with several hundred of those exclamation marks, and then there's a firework stuff going off. That's a sound effect.
Different. That's a different thing.
Is there a thing for that too in text effects as well?
You can make it explode. I don't know. You could use one of those effects on it. So
okay.
This is Shree.
Go ahead, Shree.
So what I think is going to happen is that word kind of explodes and it comes back to the word and explodes, back to the word, explodes. That's how it used to be when I used to see it when I had sight.
Well, I've seen them and they do that, and there's like those fireworks, and you hear the fireworks and stuff like that. But this is different from that.
Yeah, I think the word.
Those were certain things you could do, like put "Happy Birthday" in there. But if you put "Happy Birthday" with an exclamation mark, I don't think it does it. It's looking for a certain texturing. Happy New Year.
Oh,
congratulations.
Those are
Happy
different.
Chinese New Year. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's different. At least hundreds of exclamation marks. Up to 4 or 6.
It won't do it if you put 100 exclamation mark. That's
like 400.
Yeah, that's too much. But I think happy birthday just all by itself is what makes the fireworks and stuff go off. I think if you add one exclamation mark, it doesn't do it anymore because it's looking for a certain text string.
It's Joe.
Okay, anybody else before we move along?
Yeah, Joe.
Joe.
I thought that we had these effects somewhere before. Like, I don't remember where they were, but I thought that they had the bold and and the italics and all that stuff.
No, it did not. Not in text messaging.
I thought it did. Okay.
Not that I've ever seen.
This is Shree.
Jody.
Go ahead, Shree.
Yeah, it was. Joe. It was not in iMessages. It was in like Notes and other.
Yes, Notes, another app. Correct. Go ahead, Jody.
That's what I was going to say.
Sorry, Shree, beat you to it.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, that was our Buzz Bite for this week. Let's go back to our regularly scheduled program. We still got about 35 minutes. 30.
This is Marty.
This is
Marty. Hang on, we'll do Marty and then we'll go to Raheel. Go ahead, Marty.
I don't know if it's just since Bluetooth 5.3, but when I use one of my newer headsets, I believe, and I answer a call, even though the ringing is coming through the phone and the headset. When I do the double tap on the phone, the call routes to the phone and not to it's not on the Bluetooth. I think the only way it's on the Bluetooth is if I actually use the Bluetooth answer button on the headset itself.
That's not new. As far as I know, it's always been that way. I got a Bluetooth headset on and I answer the phone by double tapping on the phone screen. I'm going to hear it. No, everything comes through the phone. It doesn't go through the Bluetooth.
Okay. I thought my older Plantronics, it went to both, but I don't remember.
It may be different. Most of the time when I've had Bluetooth earpiece and I've had some Plantronics, I have to answer it by pressing the button on the Bluetooth device. If I don't, it's both sound and the microphone or the phone.
Because once you answer, this is Marty, once you answer it by phone, can you sort of transfer so that it comes to both, or do you have to kind of hang up and...
I don't know. You're better off just answer it on the device. Just, it's funny because you get in the habit of phone rings, I pick up the phone and I double tap, do a 2-finger double tap.
Yeah. This is Herbie.
So, go ahead, Herbie.
Yes. So if you go to hide keypad after you've answered the call, you will see an audio button. And if your Bluetooth is on, then you should see it listed in that list.
Right.
Okay, thanks.
And I would just say I personally like the way iOS does that because I have a choice of how I want to answer the phone. For instance, I'll have my Bose speaker on, but that doesn't mean that I want my call to be, booming through the house or whatever. So I personally like the fact that I can choose which device I answer on. So I find it useful myself.
All right.
Thanks. Next question. Good question, Marty. Who's next? Who hadn't had a chance? Let's give somebody who hadn't had a chance all night, maybe.
It's Joe.
Paul. Hang on. Let's go to Joe, and then we'll go to Paul. Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, this might be a bit of a stupid question, but I'm thinking I'm going to be upgrading my phone, and I'm thinking that I'm leaning toward a 16 Pro, and I'm coming from a 13 Mini. I know about the action button, and I know about the other, the camera control. I know about them. I'm just wondering if there are any tips and tricks for using a Pro as opposed to a non-Pro. Or should it be pretty straightforward?
This is Marty.
Well, hang on. Before we hand it over to Marty, let me just say the camera control button is on all iPhone 16 models, not just the Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Marty.
I think, Joe, the 16 and 16 Pro have more similarities than the 15 and 15 Pro do. The only difference might be the LiDAR. I don't think the 16 regular has LiDAR.
No.
This is Herbie.
Hang on, Herbie. Anything else? Anything else, Marty?
I think Apple Intelligence is even on both.
Yeah.
16 and 16 Pro. Okay.
All right, let's go to Herbie.
Yes, I was going to mention Apple Intelligence as one of the things that would be different. That's you can turn on. And I actually had a couple of questions about that, but we'll get to that a little bit later. The other thing, though, I can think of that is different with the that's going to be different from the 13 model phones is the dynamic island, and I don't know how much effective it is with most apps. I know, like Uber, I think uses it and whatnot.
Wow, I forgot about that
because
I think Joe was talking about the difference in the 16 Pro and regular 16.
No, I'm talking about...
just what's different from what you've got. Okay.
Yeah, different from what she's got.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
Yeah. So, from what... Because I have a 13 and I don't have a dynamic... Yeah, the dynamic island started with the 14, so...
Yeah.
14 Pro.
You definitely do not have that. And then, of course, I think you mentioned the actions... But yeah, you mentioned the actions button. That'll be different, obviously.
Hang on, let her finish.
Just one other thing I have, and this is one of those things that I'm curious about if it's even available yet, is with the 16 Pro, there's going to be some features like within the video aspect of the phone that you'll have that can do some cool effects with, but that's a whole nother realm. So that's all I can think of with differences.
All right. Let's go to Pete and then Sri.
A couple of comments on what Herbie mentioned. The dynamic island is going to be there whether it's, active or not. The dynamic island will be there even if it's empty. So it'll be there when you're swiping across the top of your phone. And that camera button, the bottom right edge of the phone, for me, and this is apparently not the case for most of the people who use it, it was easy. It's easy to press it, depending on what kind of a case you had. And I even had to switch cases because the first case I got had no barrier whatsoever between the case and that photo button, the camera photo. I guess it's the photo button. Is that what it's called?
Camera action.
Yeah. Camera action.
And I kept pressing it. Now you can go into the settings and you can set it to do nothing when you press it, but it still sometimes seems to interrupt a voiceover. But I have some tactile sensory problems in my left hand how I hold the phone, so that's probably not the case for anyone with good sense of touch in their left hand or wherever you hold it. I just thought I wanted to add.
This is Joe.
Go ahead, Joe, and then we'll go to Sri.
Okay, I was just wondering if the dynamic island is going to get in the way or anything. Like, I know about the features, but I'm just wondering, I guess the dynamic island is the only thing is it going to get in the way, or is there anything I need to do?
Well, I don't find it gets in the way.
Okay,
other
good.
people have concerns about it. To me, it's just a thing that's there. You just swipe and you can go right on past it.
Right.
One way or the other.
I didn't mean to imply that it got in the way. It's there.
Cool.
It's just there. Yeah. It's there. It's like it's in the status bar, but it kind of is and it kind of isn't.
But you can flick
Let's go to Sri and see what he's got.
Yeah. The only thing I was going to say is you're going from a mini to a Pro. It's going to feel different.
Yeah.
It's going to be a much bigger, thing on your hand. It's going to probably weigh more, but from all the functionalities, I don't think it's going to be anything that you're not going to figure out, but definitely the sight, how you hold it, where you're going to put it in your pocket, you're going to feel it different that way.
Yeah. Well, my first phone was an 8 Plus, so
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
My wife has the Pro is just slightly bigger than the regular 16, but my wife has a regular 16. I have a 16 Pro, and when I put them right next to each other, it's a difference of 6.1 diagonal and 6.3 diagonal. And when I put them right next to each other, it's like hardly the only way to notice it is to put one right next to the other.
This is Marie.
So I didn't think that much. Go ahead, Marie.
Excuse me. I didn't mean to interrupt. I was going to say,
fine.
I went from a 13 mini as my primary phone to a 15 Pro, and within a week, the size difference meant absolutely nothing.
Same thing
It's faster,
for my wife.
has better battery life. I don't like the dynamic island. I don't use it, but like it says, you just learn to swipe past it and it's out of the way. And it does a lot more things than the 13 mini.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like the dynamic island. Certain apps will put themselves in the dynamic island. It's not like you have any control one way or the other. If you're playing music using the music app and you minimize it, it's going to have a little icon in the dynamic island. And if you put your voiceover focus on it and then tap on that little, I don't know, what do we call it? Icon or a widget or whatever you want to call it in the dynamic. It opens up a little box with some music controls in it. Okay, go ahead. Who did I hear?
Oh, just said that could be handy.
Yeah.
Because I usually want to see something that lock my screen, and then I see stuff. This would be better.
And certain apps, certain Apple iPhone first-party apps use it. I think the Uber app uses it, and some others use it. I don't use it that much, but it is there, and when I have used it, it's kind of neat. Go ahead, Sri.
You're also going to get some better accessibility apps too that you didn't get on your 13.
Yeah.
And what we didn't mention is the 16 Pro has the specs on the camera. It's better. It's got
much better
3 lenses, and it works better in lower light. The camera in the 16, I think the main thing really is the camera. And supposedly the mics and the speakers are different as well, but I don't use a regular 16, so I can't tell you the difference. Whatever you choose, I think you'll be happy with it.
This is Sri.
Go ahead, Sri.
Yeah, one thing, if you do get the 16, I would suggest that you get the 256 storage.
Yeah, I was going to. I always get 256.
Yeah, then you'll be good.
This is Marie.
Go ahead, Marie.
This is kind of another question, but it's kind of on the same thing. I never see anything in the dynamic island. Is there something you have to do to activate whatever might be in there?
No.
I never see anything in there.
Open the music app, start it playing, and then minimize it. Go back to your home screen, and then put your finger on the dynamic island, and you will find a music app. I don't know what to call them, icon or widget. You'll find it's a sighted person sees it's a little music note.
Okay.
But it's a little thing for it. And if you put your finger on the dynamic island and locate music and double tap, it's going to open up it's about 1.5 by 1.5 square, and it has
like
music controls. Yeah, and it tells you it's a mini player. It'll have, music controls, play, pause, forward, backwards, and it'll have some words that tell you what the song that's playing is. And it is accessible. VoiceOver will read it.
This is Joe.
Go ahead, Joe.
That sounds a lot like what it does if you have your phone, if you have it on the lock screen and then you just turn it on. It sounds like that.
It's similar.
This is Sri.
Go ahead, Sri.
I also like the timer. If you run a timer, you'll see it on the dynamic island.
Oh, that'll be good.
A lot of native iPhone apps will utilize it.
Yeah, that'll be really handy. I use my timer a lot.
And it was on all the 15 model. It started out on the 14 Pro and Pro Max, and it was on all the 15s, and it's on all the 16s.
This is Pete.
Go ahead, Pete.
I've got the Pro, and I've played Apple Music countless times. I don't think I've ever used a timer. But I've never seen anything in the dynamic island. Now, it might have been there and I might have been, messing around with it, but I didn't know it was in the dynamic island. So, as a voiceover user, whatever you touch, is there and you deal with it. So I just didn't know the location of it. So it's really unobtrusive.
That's awesome then.
Yeah, it's a good phone.
Like I said, whatever 16 you get, you'll like it.
Yeah, I bought the lighter and I want the good battery, so I'm going to go broke.
I will say the Pro is heavier than the non-Pro.
Yeah.
My wife was always interested in lighter, and she held my 16 Pro and said, "Oh no, that's too heavy." But she has small hands and they hurt all the time. So
and this is true. Your camera back is going to be much different than your Mini.
Yes, yeah, it'll be bigger, and it's bigger on the Pro than the regular.
Mm-hmm.
Raheel.
But if you buy a case, they'll probably accommodate that.
Yep. I'm going to get a case.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead, Raheel.
I would recommend the MagSafe case for $49. And if you have the MagSafe charging disc, the one that sticks to the back of your phone, definitely recommend that.
Shit, never mind. Sorry. I have one now. Will I be able to use that one with it, or will I have to get a new one?
It will work. Nope, same MagSafe that you're using on your 13 Mini will work on all of them. Yep.
This is Marie.
Go ahead, Marie.
Don't forget that Paul had a question.
Yeah, I'll say thank you, Marie. Paul, go ahead. Sorry about that. Thank you, Marie. Paul,
hey, what was I going to
sit there quietly?
Yeah, what was I going to ask?
I'm sorry. I don't know.
No, that was a lot of good information on the 16. I'm glad to have heard it. Kind of a mundane question though, compared to that. On the storage and when you're backing up your iPhone or iPad to the Apple storage, iCloud. And like my wife's phone, my phone, and her iPad are on the family group with that. And, the storage is only, or the backup is only like a little less than 100 gigabytes. Well, I've got more than that on my phone and with her phone and the iPad. I'm surprised. So I'm figuring it must be pretty well compressed.
It's not backing up everything from your phone. I don't know.
Well, that's a good
You're right.
point.
I know I've had my phone a while and my backup is bigger. So I got a lot of junk in there. I would recommend, it gives you 5 gigabytes. I don't know why Apple doesn't give you more. I would think they should, but they don't. But I would recommend anyone pay 99 cents for 50 gigabytes.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, I'll go back and look at my memory options again. And
well, there's difference in that's your iCloud storage options. So,
right.
99 cents a month gets you 50 gigabytes, and $2.99 a month gets you 200 gigabytes.
It sounds like that might work at this point, rather than a terabyte or 2 terabytes for sure.
Oh, no, you don't. Yeah, you get 2 terabytes.
Well, one comment, I hadn't heard anybody else mention the hearing aid mode for that came out with 18.1. I am using it, like it a lot. It was extremely simple to set up. Took about 5 to 10 minutes, and it's nice. Does a good job.
Very nice. Okay, thank you for that. Okay.
This is Shrey.
Shrey, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask you, who's your carrier?
Verizon.
You could check with Verizon. They have these plans now. I think it's like $10 a plan, but the plan includes iCloud storage with other iCloud services, which you may want to also look at.
Okay.
Yeah, but
thank you.
Verizon charges a lot. Yeah. They charge more than anybody else. So,
but he's already on Verizon.
Yeah, I know. But he might look into that. Then he may already have it.
No, I don't. I didn't look at it yet.
I don't know if it depends on which Verizon plan you have, but yeah.
This is Marty.
Go ahead, Marty.
A different question. The MagSafe disc that you've been talking about that Apple has, is that a power bank, or does that need to be constantly plugged in?
It's a charger. Oh. It's a wire. You connect it to the 20-watt power brick or similar. Well, no, a power brick that plugs into the wall.
Yeah.
And then it will magnetically attached to the back of your phone. It works best if you have a case with MagSafe, because then the case actually has a magnet.
This is
you can
Marty.
attach it to the back of the phone, but it doesn't stick too well.
Right. I have a MagSafe battery, so which actually is different. A power bank. Yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
Can you use the MagSafe disc with your watch or not?
No, it's different. Okay. Watch has a different kind of charger.
This is Sri.
Go ahead, Sri.
You can use your AirPods to charge it. You can't use the watch.
Okay.
Use your AirPods to charge what?
You can take your AirPods and connect to the MagSafe puck.
Oh, that is true. Yes, you can. You can put at least your newer ones.
Yeah, as long as it supports wireless charging.
Mm-hmm.
This is Joe.
Right.
Go ahead, Joe.
I've plugged my MagSafe charger into my battery pack, and it's charged my phone.
What do you mean you plugged your MagSafe?
I have a battery pack.
The one that goes on the back of the phone?
No. I have a battery pack. The external
battery.
Or whatever the heck they call them now.
Yeah, okay.
Power bank.
No, I thought a power bank was the big ones with the had more. This is just the one.
Yeah, but you plug
and I've plugged it in, and I've plugged my MagSafe charger into that.
Yeah,
because it leaves my headphone jack for my headphone thingy free, and
So the battery thing you're using has a USB-C connector on it, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you plug that into there, and it'll run off your portable battery, correct?
Yeah. So
usually you plug them into the AC adapter, but yes, you
usually
can also do that if you have one of those. Yes, you could do that.
Raheel.
Go ahead, Raheel.
In our family car, we don't have wireless CarPlay, so it has to use USB-A for the wireless CarPlay to connect to my phone. But how come the 16 models decided not to have like a thing like where you could just plug in any kind of charger? Now it's all USB-C.
That's the modern connector, and that's the way the world is going.
Okay. How do you remove the MagSafe from the back of the phone once it's done charging? Because I've been having a difficult time with getting my finger underneath to detach it.
Grab the wire and pull it off with the wire, and do just fine. It's not stuck that hard. Or take your finger and push it sideways, and it'll come off.
Yep.
Okay. And then I'm supposed to hear like a sound, right?
No.
No. The phone just seems to wake up, like when you push the side button when you remove the same thing as when you pull a charging wire out of the Lightning or USB-C port. It kind of wakes up the phone.
No, like when I plug it in, though, I'm supposed to hear like a beep.
You do. You hear a little sound. Yes.
Okay, because it doesn't happen
unless you have it in silent mode. You will hear a little sound.
Okay, because it doesn't work in the lock mode. It only works when the phone is unlocked.
Mine works in the lock mode. I hear the sound. It wakes the phone up, and I hear the little sound.
Okay.
It's not a USB-C device. It's a MagSafe.
Okay.
USB-C is different.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? We still got a few minutes. We got 11 minutes, and then it'll be time for the AfterBuzz. Not sure.
Joe, one more
tonight. Terry or Jody? Anyway, go ahead, Joe.
Just one more question. Can I use my old brick, or will I have to get a new one?
What's your old?
The one that
probably use any brick. I mean, the old little square 5-watt ones still work.
No, not that one. I got the one.
You got the 20-watt one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it works just fine. That's still the one they sell. Go ahead, Sri.
Yeah, I was going to say, as long as your brick is a USB-C, because the cable you're going to get is a USB-C.
Well, yeah, I have 13, so.
Unless, of course, you had the old, but I mean, even the old ones. If you have an old cable with,
I wouldn't think
13.
Well, it wouldn't work with Lightning, but those old ones still work. If you had something, I have some cables that have USB-C on one end and USB-A on the other.
Yeah.
They will work, but they're slower.
I don't think a 13 used the C though.
Yeah, it did.
No, it did not. It used a Lightning.
Right.
Yeah, but the brick had the.
It didn't come with a brick. You had to buy a brick.
No, I had to buy it.
Yeah. It'll work with any. I would use any Apple brick. Obviously, the 5-watt ones are old and slower, but the 20 watts are fine. That's still what they're selling.
This is true.
Go ahead, Sri.
I was gonna say, if you end up buying something, make sure you buy a reputable one. Don't buy the cheapest one out there. You want to buy, because you invested a lot of money on this phone. Go with something that's a known brand.
I try to get Apple because I know it's.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
This is true. You don't always have to get Apple. There's plenty of third-party companies that are just as good. Anchor's really good.
Yeah, and Belkin.
Belkin is good.
Those are the only.
Whatever you were using on your 13 should still work with the new one.
Okay, good. It's a little bit less money then.
Yeah, I don't need to buy it. And if you have a MagSafe, that'll work just fine. Go ahead, Karen.
I have a question about selecting text. When I used to select some text and go to edit, I discovered that I can go to share. I used to do copy all the time. But then I discovered I can just go to share, and it would take me right to the share sheet, which cut out a step. Now that doesn't work. And I go to share, it just pops me back to the home page.
I've never...
I'm not following.
So you're selecting text, and then you're going to the share button. Go ahead, Sri.
No, I'm having a hard time following what she's saying.
Yeah, me too.
I would select text using the rotor, right? Select a couple words, and then you go to edit, and I guess typically you would hit copy, and then go put the text wherever you want to put it. And I used to do that, but then I discovered that if you go down the rotor and somewhere under copy is share. Share's not always there. Share is
in edit. When you turn the rotor to edit, and that would cut out a step. Yep, I've never tried that.
I don't think there's a share option on your rotor. In the edit rotor.
This is John.
Go ahead, John.
It's not there all the time.
I agree with her. It does pop up in certain situations.
Yeah.
And it would cut out
once you've copied text to the clipboard, you're saying that share shows up.
Are you meaning paste or share?
I selection. Okay. I would find something I wanted to select. I would go to text selection, swipe maybe 2 words. I would swipe over and select maybe 2 words. Then I would go turn my rotor to edit, and various things pop up. One thing is copy, another one is share. Share is not always there, of course, but share is there. And I used to hit copy all the time. And then I would hit copy, and then I was like, okay, I want to email this to someone. I'd have to go, compose the email. So that was longer. But then I discovered that I could swipe down to share. When I tapped on share, it would take me right to the share sheet. So it would say, messages.
Yeah, right.
Mail, airdrop. So it cut out a step. But now it doesn't work. Possibly it takes you back to the home page.
This is
so if you've never done it, you're not familiar with it. But for anyone that has done it.
Okay. Go ahead, Sri. Have you tried that?
Yeah, I'm really curious. This is good. So when you hit the share, are you like sharing that word with someone else and like you're copy and pasting it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I've never ever tried that.
The share sheet.
It's like she's copied it to the clipboard.
Yeah. And you're saying with iOS 18 this is not available?
No, it happened before 18. Happened a while ago, like I don't know, months and months ago. Not working.
I've never tried it that way.
Yeah, otherwise you could copy. I mean, you can do the, the 4 fingers, copy to the clipboard and all that, but you can just use a regular rotor and go to copy and do it that way. But if you do the share, it cuts out a step. It takes you straight to, the share sheet. It's just
try and play with that. Okay.
And even copying to the clipboard, that's still an extra step over the share because you got to, go to messages, go to mail. If you go to share, the share sheet pops, used to pop right open and it tap on whatever way I wanted to send it and then who I wanted to send it to. All right. If no one had that experience.
This is Pete. I just saw the share option.
Yeah.
I just found that share option.
This is Sri. I'm going to try that. I've never done it this way, so I'm curious.
Me either.
Well, it probably won't work, but do you hear the share though? Do you hear share?
I heard it. Yeah, I found it.
Yeah.
This is John.
It's there for a reason.
Okay. Yeah, I've never seen it there before, so it must be new in 18.
Let's see what John's got.
No, it's been there for. No, I was.
Go ahead, John.
Over a year ago.
Okay.
No, I tested it too. I used to use it in the past and it worked, and now that I'm doing it, it's not working. So I don't know if maybe this feature got broken.
Another iOS.
It's been broken for a while.
Casualty. Did it happen in iOS 18 or
way before 18? Way before 18.
Okay, it was broken before. Okay.
Yes, way before 18.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good stuff,
It's
Karen.
broken
Thank
like
you.
a year.
This
Yeah.
is Shree.
Now, we didn't even
yeah,
know it
goes.
was there, and now it's broken.
And that was broken. Yeah, Shree, go ahead.
I'm just trying to think if this was ever not meant to be behaving this way. It just happened to be picking the share sheet, but maybe that feature was never meant to do what we're thinking as a voiceover user trying to use it for.
I think we're already putting too much thought into it.
Yeah.
It's
There for a reason.
We'll play with it and see what we got.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we got 3 minutes. Anybody got a really quick question that we can handle? And
This is John.
Yeah, John.
I'm just wondering if any of you happen to know if Paramount Plus is accessible with VoiceOver, because I like Paramount content, but I'm kind of scared to get an app and find out it doesn't work.
Hi, anybody using Paramount Plus?
This is Pete.
Yeah.
I do not know the answer to your question, John, but my son, we have it in our household. Both of my sons are sighted, and they say it's the most confounding app for them to use, and they're sighted.
This is Herbie.
Jody.
Yeah, let's go Herbie and then Jody.
It's been a while since I used it. I didn't really care for it much, and it was always a chore to turn on audio description. For a while, it was available on Apple TV. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore, but that was the much more accessible way of accessing it. But I think it does give you a free trial, so you can, it's not like you're paying for the app itself, so you can always download it, get the free trial, and cancel, if you don't like it. But
hang on.
Much.
We're going to go to Jody, and that will be the last word. Go ahead.
I use Paramount Plus every single day, and I can access my local CBS channel, WBZ Boston, and of course I can watch everything Star Trek on there. And it is very accessible. The only thing that is a pain in the neck is that if audio description is available, then you have to turn it on for each individual episode. There is no global, feature where you can turn on audio description for everything on there. Even if you have audio description turned on in your accessibility features, you still have to turn it on every episode. So that is a real pain. But other than that, it's a very accessible app.
Richard. We are done. I'm sorry, Richard. I'm sorry, Marty. We are at the top of the hour. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us tonight. We do this again every Monday night, as you know, and we will do the mini buzz tomorrow, 5 o'clock Central Time, 5 to 6, in the same Zoom room. We have, nothing on Wednesday this week. We've got the book club on Thursday. What are we reading? Is it the, tell me again.
The club.
I have the club. That's what I thought. That just didn't seem right. Okay, we are reading the club. You can download it, put it on 3X. Maybe you can get it done by Thursday. There will be a test. Friday, the movie is The Princess Bride. Movie starts at 8. Pre-movie social time begins at 7:15. Join us for all the Argle Bargle, Name That Tune, Joke of the Week, etc., etc. Follow the movie with discussion and trivia. And then we have nothing this weekend. And then we're back again here Monday night for another round of the iBUG Buzz. So,
Brad, can I put in a plug for movie night real quick?
If you can do it in 15 seconds.
I can. For those of you who do check out the iBUG Today Facebook group, I solicit for song suggestions for that Name That Tune segment on Facebook. So if you want to come over there and give me some song ideas that we play during the pre-movie activities, go for it.
All right. Thank you, Pete.
This is Marie.
No. Yes, Marie.
Just before I leave, I'm sorry, I was busy checking something out. I'm using Paramount Plus on my 13 Pro, and I'm having pretty good luck with it.
Oh, good. It's good to know. Okay, now, who's doing the AfterBuzz? We got Terry. We got Jody. Who is it tonight?
Terry's got it tonight. Terry's got it tonight.
All right, Terry, are you there? I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.